everybody, Will Davis with the Monroe County Reporter, and here are some of the top stories you'll find when you do, and you will, pick up a copy of this week's newspaper. A Monroe County jail inmate already accused of murdering a Bibb County jailer is now accused of attacking a Monroe County jailer for the second time in a month. Albert Booz is awaiting trial on murder charges for killing a jailer in Bibb County in April. He is being held at the Monroe County Jail. Back in September, he was accused of biting a jailer during a scuffle with authorities. And then on Halloween night, just this past Sunday, he got in another fight. He began banging a tray against a kiosk in the jail. When jailers checked on him and asked him what he was doing, he attacked and punched jailer Daniel Alstrom with his fist. And now Mr. Alstrom unloaded on Mr. Booz, hit him in the face, and wrestled him to the ground. He was arrested and charged with more crimes. Sheriff Brad Freeman said he's eager to expedite those charges in court to get Mr. Booz out of the Monroe County Jail and into the state prison system. He noted it could be years before he faces those murder charges in Bibb County. See more in this week's Reporter. A Monroe County LPN who served COVID patients in hospice throughout the pandemic of the last year and a half was fired this week from her job at Brightmoor Hospice in Griffin. Jennifer Rich tells the Reporter that she took care of patients all during COVID, wore PPE gear from head to toe, but just did not want to get the vaccine. Her company mandated it, but she takes her vitamins, her elderberry every day, takes care of her immune system, and doesn't want the vaccine. Well, her company ordered it, and so her last day was Friday. She told the Reporter that just as they fired her for not taking the vaccine, at the same time they were asking her to finish 2 more weeks to give them service. She says she doesn't think it's right. She said it was one of the best companies she's ever worked for, but she didn't feel like it's right for the company to violate her rights and her full choices and her freedom. See more details in this week's Reporter.
Hi, I'm Donna Wilson with the Monroe County Reporter. Incident of the week. A Macon man fired from Eagles Concrete was arrested around October 27th after he made threats while being escorted from the company property. Deputies were notified the man had left in a white Cadillac SUV, and Lieutenant John Thompson stopped him on Frontage Road at Highway 83. At the company's location, a manager told Corporal Ortiz that the man had been fired for his behavior from the previous day, and the employee had threatened him, saying, "I should shoot you now and drop you to the ground." When asked what had occurred, the man told Ortiz nothing. He was then arrested for disorderly conduct and taken to jail.
Hey everybody, you know the readers of the Reporter know we love our freedom, and the biggest way we celebrate those freedoms is from our Constitution, the First Amendment. Every week we have free expression in the Reporter. We exercise our First Amendment rights, but there's also the Second Amendment rights, the right to bear arms, that is the one that ensures our First Amendment rights. And the Reporter this season is celebrating the Second Amendment by giving away one of these. Everybody that renews or subscribes to the Reporter from now until Thanksgiving will be eligible for this beautiful AR-15. Just either renew your subscription for $50 or buy a new one. Sign up a friend or family member for the Reporter and you will be entered into the contest. We're also giving away a whole box of Winchester ammunition, even maybe more valuable than the gun, the way the ammunition shortages have been. So sign up now, get the Reporter, celebrate the First Amendment and the Second Amendment with your favorite local newspaper. Well, we hear from our readers how popular the Monroe County Reporter is, but you don't have to just find it in a store or wait for your mail to come. You can now read it online as well at mymcr.net with a subscription to our e-edition. to the Monroe County Reporter. Read all your favorite news and sports and what's going on in Monroe County online, where you are on your phone or on your computer. Call 994-2358 to sign up today to your subscription.
Well, Braves fans all over the state of Georgia celebrating the Atlanta club's big win in the World Series on Tuesday night, clinching the club's first World Series championship since 1995. Of course, it was even sweeter after Major League Baseball took the All-Star game out of Georgia earlier this year due to complaints about a Georgia voter election law. Anyway, Monroe County is home to a Brave who happened to be on that first World Series team out of Atlanta, the 1991 team, Jeff Treadway. He spoke to the reporter about what it's like to sit back and watch the World Series, having played there back in the 90s, what he thinks about his playing days with the Braves, and what he thinks about this current team, the world champs. Find all that and more in this week's Reporter.
This past week in Monroe County and Forsyth, there were a lot of different activities and some beautiful weather to enjoy it. And I hope you came out to some of it. We had the foodie trucks were here on Saturday most of the day, and that included bounce houses and hay rides and some fantastic face painting and the great boiled peanuts from the Masonic Lodge, and lots of good time and fun just watching all the costumes. We had the trick-or-treating sponsored by Forsyth Main Street up on the square on Saturday evening. And then we had a lot of things like the church festivals, like Forsyth United Methodist Church held a festival on Wednesday evening. And the reporter went out and captured some pictures of some of the fun and great costumes with that. And we hope you might enjoy looking to see if you are in some of those pictures.
My name is Terry Johnson. I write Monroe Outdoors for the Reporter. Even seasoned hunters probably didn't realize that a couple of weeks ago the possum season opened. Now, this is not surprising in the sense that possum hunting is nowhere near as popular as it once was. However, during the early part of the 20th century, possum hunting was second to raccoon hunting in terms of popularity. In addition to that, possum meat is considered a southern delicacy when served with sweet potatoes. And also we find that it was served not only in homes, it was also served in banquets and even in the White House. And you'd be surprised to know that even possums have been kept as pets by presidents and served at Thanksgiving dinner in the White House. So with that in mind, I think if you read this week's Reporter article, you're going to be amazed how fascinating this animal is, and who knows, perhaps you'll find a place for the possum on your Thanksgiving table this year.
Monroe County loves its firearms, and there's no better place to get your firearms and ammunition needs than Red Root Defense, a small family-owned business right here in the heart of Georgia near the Jones-Monroe County line. Check them out for a full selection of firearms, ammunition, and accessories.
You know, the word fake news has become sort of commonplace in the last couple of years, and the Reporter wants to do its part to get in on the fun. So every week, we will try to feature on this broadcast one piece of fake news. Your job as the viewer is to try to determine which one is fake news. There used to be a game show like this where you try to figure out who's telling the truth and who's telling the lie. Well, that's what's going on here. Find out which one is the fake news and post it here in the comments below.
Well, it was an unhappy Halloween for a Smith Road resident who wound up in the hospital after shooting himself in the foot. It happened just after midnight on Monday morning, when Brendan Harvey, 26 years old of Smith Road, was found to have shot himself in the foot. Deputies went to the scene as well as Monroe County EMS and took him to the hospital. He had put a towel around his foot which was bleeding profusely. He is expected to make a full recovery. Find out more in this week's Reporter. Well, the Mary Persons Bulldogs, of course, celebrating the big win in the backyard brawl. The Jackson Red Devils, not so much. We have learned that the Jackson High School has filed an appeal with the Georgia High School Association, protesting, saying that they were not aware that they were able to play the game wearing cleats and shoes. They said they're accustomed to not wearing shoes, and they did not know they were able to wear shoes in the game. They would like to replay the game with shoes on, and that is their appeal before that GHSA. We will keep you posted on how that appeal goes.
Do you have a business in Monroe County? Then you should take out a full-page ad. Do it today and call the Monroe County Reporter.
The Mary Persons Bulldogs celebrating one of the most exciting and improbable wins in the program in recent years. The Bulldogs winning the backyard brawl by a slender score of 23-21 on a miraculous play. Find out what happened in this week's Reporter. Also, a preview of this weekend's game with Americus as the Bulldogs get ready for the playoffs. Also, find out how Rock Springs Academy in Milner dedicated its field to longtime coach Steve Chafin, a Monroe County resident, former Mary Persons Bulldog coach. And also, the cross-country girls team, which is undefeated, has won every meet this year at Mary Persons, now crowned the region champions as they get ready to go to the state meet. All that and more in sports in this week's Reporter.
Hello, this is Baby's Daddy, and we're cooking with Corona. Now that those stimmy checks have been run out, everybody's back on the EBT card, and we ain't eating filet mignon no more. I'm here to help y'all with that. Get out your notepads, folks, because tonight's recipe is southern fried bologna sandwiches. The first thing you need to do is toast a couple pieces of bread. And then what you need to do is start mixing up your ingredients. So take 1 half-ounce chicken egg and some buttermilk and some seasonings. Then you take 1 cup of self-rising flour and sift it real good. Then you take the bologna and dip it in this nutritious solution. And coat it with the flour. And voila! Look at that. That's a real meal right there. You can also make some good gravy with the bologna dripping. Now take your bread and put your favorite condiments on there. Add a little lettuce. And some hot sauce, of course. Delicious. You can do the low budget version, which is fry up some bologna right out of the package. It's Corona free and delicious.